All right, first thing and foremost, I'd like to give all the praises, honor, and glory and respect to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash, giving double honor to the elder apostles and the elder bishops and the elders at the great millstone GMS, who rule well and who teach well, laboring in this word and doctrine, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Adawan Ratazar, which means Lord willing, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. Yeah, so you see what's on your screen from yahoo.com news. All right, I'll put the link to this article in the description box beneath as well. Okay, now over here in the UK, it is Wednesday the 3rd of June 2026, the year of apostates, agents and sellouts. And this article was put up on Monday the 1st of June 2026, so it's recent. All right, so yeah, that's her, as you can see. And you can see the title, Pamela Bondi appears with visible CANCER bandage ahead of Epstein Probe. All right, you hear that? You see that? Ahead of Epstein Probe. So guess what? This was the very same woman that was in charge of the Epstein files. That was a real shit show recently. She's been removed from the position of Attorney General, by the way. And they are trying to prevent her from having to face questions about why certain files were not released because, you know, there's so many files that still have not been released in regards to the Epstein files. All right. And also why certain people's names were redacted to protect them and why certain victims' names were not redacted. Okay. So let's get into this article. Again, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I'm just at the plantation. Okay, a break. Somewhere I'm not supposed to be, as always, but alright. So the spirit power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, He's made this possible, okay? And also, Lord willing, the transmission is clear. So, Pamela Bondi showcased the visible CANCER bandage peeking through her shirt ahead of the Epstein probe. Bondi made her much-awaited return to Washington, D.C. for the Epstein probe. She faced questions from the House Oversight Committee about her handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Bondi previously confirmed she had been diagnosed with thyroid CANCER. This is fantastic news. Yapper. Beautiful. Brilliant. Pam Bondi's CANCER bandage was visible when she appeared before the House Oversight Committee on the 29th of May regarding the Epstein investigation. The former U.S. Attorney General displayed her fill-in-the-blank bandage, covering a small portion of her neck, hours after undergoing treatment for thyroid fill-in-the-blank. Okay. I'm loving this. So what a Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? The former Attorney General walked past reporters and cameras as she arrived at the Capitol. Notably, Bondi donned a burgundy blazer, trousers, and a white shirt underneath. This marked her first appearance since her fill-in-the-blank diagnosis and subsequent surgery. Lord, he's striking these people, man. Wounding them. She spoke with lawmakers privately, behind closed doors. This is after the House panel voted in March to subpoena Bondi as part of its ongoing Epstein probe via the Mirror, US. Interestingly, Bondi's hearing will not proceed as originally intended by panel members. As per the original idea, the former Attorney General would have had to sit for a formal deposition and testify under oath. However, now, Bondi will only take part in a private interview that will not be sworn in or recorded. Her diagnosis comes after departing the Justice Department, and she has spent the recent month recovering from surgery and was doing well. A source close to Bondi shared that she received her diagnosis shortly after leaving the Justice Department. They added that she underwent necessary treatment and is on the road to recovery. Call halal Yabashim Hashaman that she's got the C. Okay, Lord willing, it gets worse, man. Okay. We're saying that she's on the road to recovery, but Lord willing, that's not the case. In other news, a TikToker who is identified as Caitlyn has been fired from her job, or sacked, as you would say over here in the UK, after she posted a video wishing the worst, fill in the blank, upon Bondi. Oh, looks like we both got something in common. Understandably, she received backlash from users on the internet. I can't read that name, so I'm not going to bother pronouncing it. The backlash seemingly prompted her to deactivate her socials. Yeah. Yeah. This woman, Pamela Bondi, is sitting on a lot of secrets that could be damaging to President Donald Trump. That's probably why he's keeping her around in these positions, rather than giving her the sack or firing her. All right? As Vince McMahon would say, you're fired. Yeah, she knows where all the bodies are hidden. Let's go to the book of the prophet Job, who was not an Edomite. Certain people, man. All right, certain people. Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Right? You had your time to rule, and it's coming to an end, man. It's nearly over. Your reign of terror is nearly over. Okay? E is the so-called WHITEMAN. Okay? Beginning with his chief of wicked tribe, chief of wickedness, Amalekites, small hats, JJs, the Rothschilds, the usual suspects, Oppenheimers, Gettys, DuPonts. All right? They rule the world behind the scenes. Oh, damn it. What's that on my foot? You're kidding me. Sorry about that. Yeah, man, we're in the last seconds of your queendom. All right? For Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, yeah? Going to be removed out of that seat. All right? That power seat. Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? This person was the one ruling? This person was calling the shots? These people? All right, that was rotting and, grunting, all right? These cave dwellers that we had to civilize and clean up. These people were ruling? Verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. He's going to be forgotten about, man. Verse 9, the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So this is talking about you, E. Yeah? And Pamela Bondi is a Shedamite in an authoritative position. All right? Yeah. And when you have women in charge of things, who are leaders, who are the head, who are the CEOs, all right? Big time confusion comes from that. Things will fall, downward spiral, all right? Women are not meant to be giving orders. They're meant to be taking orders. Men are supposed to be above women, in charge of women. But E exalts the woman above the men. But he's got the highest IQ. Make that make sense. He's got the highest IQ, but he does these strange... He legalizes the mole behavior, trans. It's like, yeah, don't know if someone's here. I think we're clear. Yeah, he legalizes that, but then two women, a man can't have two wives at once. But it's okay for two men to be together. Backwards people, man. I'm telling you. See, we know what the scriptures say about, women as usurping authority over a man. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. Yeah. All right. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Exactly. Be in subjection under the rule of men. Okay. Their lot is not to give orders. See, a lot of people also thought that she got away with her mishandling of the truth, covering up for perpetrators, exposing victims, and all them things and stuff. Now, on a surface level, it may seem like, she got away with it. Okay? And, she's living her best life and stuff like that. But now look at her. Thyroid. C-A-N-C-E-R. Yeah? Got smitten with thyroid. C-A-N-C-E-R. Good. Tawab. Yapper. Fantastic. Alright? Let's get a bit more on her. Oh, don't start this stuff, man. It's phone slowly. So, Pam Bondi, former United States Attorney General, 60 years of age, Republican Party, born on the 17th of November 1965. Pamela Jo Bondi is an American attorney and politician who served as the 87th United States Attorney General from 2025 to 2026. A member of the Republican Party, she served as the 37th Attorney General of Florida from 2011 to 2019. Born Tampa, Florida, United States. Their spouses, or were. No children. Fair enough. Education. Stetson University College of Law. University of Florida, yeah. Parents Joseph Bondi, Patsy Bondi, Joe Bondi. Siblings Beth Bondi, McIntyre, Brad Bondi. Alright. Let's go into Wiki. Satan's always in the midst, man, just slowing things down. Constantly have to battle, man. It's a spiritual battle as well. Brothers battling demons. Alright. Rebuke wicked thoughts and stuff, and just man falls 7 times, but he gets back up, Yeah. There's a portrait back in 2025. Signature and all that, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much enough of there, man. Let's get the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, the second book of the law. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39, which reads, "See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." Exactly. Pam Bondi has been wounded by the Lord. Dumb blonde. Yeah, she got what came to her. Alright? And if that's not enough, let's say she pulls through this and actually makes a full recovery. Alright? Or at least a good enough recovery. Alright? So she, if she managed to pulls through this CANCER diagnosis. Alright? And she's alive still or whatever. Then she will face them nuclear missiles. Her name will be graffitied on it. Plus she will face Yahushua and the chariots. Yeah. So this dog is finished, man. This woman is finished. Her whole nation is finished. You're done. Is on the precipice of a huge reckoning for all the evil doing that they have done to the Hebrew Israelites and upon the face of the earth. Good riddance, man, once and for all. Yahushua is coming back to judge them all, man. Okay. But let's just get a bit more on thyroid thingy. I'll just put it in on ChatGPT. Thyroid. CANCER. Gotta be careful with my words, so I want these videos to stay up. So thyroid, fill in the blank, is a type of C that develops in the thyroid, a butterfly-shaped gland located at the front of the neck. The thyroid produces hormones that regulate metabolism, heart rate, and body temperature. So types of thyroid thingy. All right. The main types include papillary thyroid C, the most common type, about 80% of cases, usually grows slowly and has an excellent prognosis. You got follicular thyroid C, less common, can spread to lungs or bones. Baldwin is this one. That she has medullary thyroid C, arises from thyroid C cells, may be inherited in some families. And you got anaplastic thyroid C, rare but aggressive. And if this was a combination of them, that'd be even better. And then the Lord just keeps her alive. You got Hertel cell thyroid C, less common subtype. Here are the symptoms. Many people have no symptoms initially. Possible signs include a lump or swelling in the neck. That's why she donned that thing. Right? And what else? She wore that. I'll go back to the other tab. Yeah, that bandage. That's that anyway. Enlarged lymph nodes, hoarseness or voice changes, difficulty swallowing, difficulty breathing, neck or throat pain, a lump or swelling in the neck. So yeah, symptoms. Risk factors: exposure to radiation, especially during childhood, family history or thyroid C, certain inherited genetic syndromes, female sex, more common in women, some thyroid conditions. Diagnosis: doctors may use physical examination, thyroid, ultrasound, blood test, fine needle aspiration, biopsy, CT, MRI, or PET or PET imaging in selected cases. And treatment depends on the type and the stage. Surgery: partial or total thyroidectomy, radioactive iodine therapy, thyroid hormone replacement therapy, targeted therapy for advanced disease, radiation therapy or chemotherapy in specific situations. And you got prognosis. Most thyroid Cs, especially papillary and follicular types, have very high survival rates when detected and treated early. The outlook depends on C type, stage at diagnosis, age, she's 60 as well. Response to treatment. Okay, and if you want, you can go into it more. All right. Meanwhile, from RT News, Western spies targeted phones of Russian officials. Foreign intelligence agencies have compromised the phones of multiple Russian citizens. And also from RT News, Zelensky-linked drone plant hit. The Russian Defense Ministry has detailed the Ukrainian defense industry enterprises targeted. Yeah, so much going on. Wars, rumors of wars, man. You miss a day, you miss a lot. Constantly be on the lookout, be circumspect. Okay. But I'm going to end the lesson there. I'm going to say, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Again, double honor to the elder apostles and the elder bishops and the elders at the Great Millstone GMS who rule well and who teach well. Okay? Shalom to the Most High's elect of the household of faith. Wa Mawath Lababal.